Alright guys, welcome back to another edition of our Let's Play for Valheim. Guys, I'm the Slappy One, and I'm going to be taking you on this grand little adventure today. Now, if you guys watched video 1, which I highly encourage you to do, we chopped down a bunch of wood, we built us a small house, and I have expanded that house quite greatly. We've done a double gate door because, quite frankly, that just looks a lot more amazing comparatively to your standard, standard single door. I don't want to craft clubs. I'm going to repair up my tools real quick. But guys, we have done a lot. We've expanded out. We've got a campfire inside. And notice how I've done this. This is an actual chimney, and you need to do this because there is a mechanic that with your fire, if you leave it inside covered up, if that chimney wasn't there, this house would build up with smoke and would actually suffocate me out. And it would kill me. So we don't want to have that happen. So I've actually expanded out the house to accommodate that. Building the chimney through just simple walls, and then taking it all the way up until we're here. So I have a nice little chimney, I have beams to support it, and I have a small little roof mix up here. Obviously my thatch has come together, and I have one side supported a little bit extra with a beam inside, which you'll see right here, and that's just because these were very, very low stability, so if I put anything on them, they were going to collapse. I just don't want to do that to my house. I want to be nice and shelterful. I also added this nice little lean-to, guys. So that way you can add little bits of wood into your settlement, which is an amazing little thing. So watch this. Boom. That is a 50 wood stack. So I can come back and detonate that out later, and that gives me 50 wood. So I can actually make 2 of these, and I'm going to go ahead and do so. Because, well, why not? Now, I wish that I could stack them in a little bit better into the logs, and so that's what I want to try to do. But I also want to clip them because I want them to look. I want it to look right. Yeah, that'll work. It's not clipping through, so essentially I'm just building up my logs in here. Each of the stacks that you can do is 50. You can also do this with stone if you have 50 stone, and that's a really, really good thing to have. Now, early on, stone does not matter as much to put this together as, say, wood. Wood, you need a lot of early game, so the more of those you can put together early, the better off you're going to be. And I really need to stack them up because now that my house is built, I have to protect that house. The way that I can protect that house is by building a wall or a rampart around it. So we're going to be covering the building of that a little bit later and kind of covering what I'm going to do with that, how I'm going to lay it out. You guys will get to see some of the process behind that. Now, when you get to this point, I will admit, this part of the game is where it gets to grinding because you've got to go out and get a lot of stuff. But there's also more that you need to do. So I'm going to go attack these necks over here because thankfully they keep respawning. And that's free meat for me, so I'm not going to say no. And I say it's free meat because if you notice in that campfire, there's a cooking station over the campfire, which you have to put a cooking station over a campfire to cook. Go figure. And now I can actually use this for resources. So, really, really cool. So you can take your uncooked meat, press your E button a couple times to get it on there. You let it sit for a couple of minutes, and you just wait for a sizzle sound. It does not take long for this to cook. So you can cook pretty good bits pretty quickly. I'm going to put the rest of this in here so I have backup necktail if needed. Notice if you do that, you don't have any cookable items. It means you can't do that. That's your sound to go ahead and get them off. And it adds 2 more to the list, which is a good thing to do. The more cooked meat and food you have, the less you're going to die, I'll be honest, because it actually improves your stamina, well, not your stamina, it improves your health down there in the bottom left. So notice my HP is 80 compared to last video, which was like 20. So it means you take a lot more to die. So we've also gone and we've made us a flint axe, which is really cool. The flint axe is a lot better. You definitely want to get that. Now, there's going to be a point that I'm going to be able to upgrade this flint axe, and that's going to be really cool. I get that you're mad. Stupid graylings. All right. Ooh, I got a neck trophy. That's actually really cool. Trophies, eventually I'm going to be able to place somewhere and use them, so you do want to save them if you get them. but you'll notice you're gonna get some from anything that you kill, and that actually goes to the what is it? It's the trophy collection as well. So the more trophies you get, the more you fill that in. So for you completionists out there, that's a great little thing for you guys. Now we're at a point that I need to get a lot of wood because I need to build my ramparts and my wall, but I also need to get a few things. So while I'm hunting for wood, I'm also going to be hunting for boar. And what that's going to allow me to do is once I get enough boar, which I'm going to go elsewhere to hunt because there's not really many boar here. I need them for the leather scraps. And what that's going to open is the bow. In particular, it's going to unlock the crude bow, which I need 8 leather scraps. I don't think, yeah, I only have 4. So I need 8 of these. But the crude bow allows me to have a bow and arrow, which you actually need for the first boss, because the first boss is a kite boss. I'll explain more of that strategy when we get to that video. We're probably still a video or 2 away from him, realistically, because we need to set our defenses first, because there will be a point that he will try to send some creatures after us, which, I mean, it's a good thing. It gives us more resource. We can take the meat. However, at the end of the day, it still is creatures that we have to deal with, which means we need the protection. Now, when it comes to planning all of this out, the best way to do it is give yourself plenty of area to work with. Use of a hoe to level ground is going to be very critical with this. You can go through and you can level out ground to give your base a little more stability to work with. So things like that. And I'm probably going to build out to right about here. And I'm going to build actually way farther out because, well, quite frankly, like, see, I'm clearing this ground. I'm leveling it down. I'm exposing stone and root that's here. But you got to be careful because hoes do use stamina. But this kind of clears things down and levels it out a little bit. That way I can chip away ever so slightly what's going on over here. But essentially that will allow me to build the wall. And I want to give myself plenty of room because eventually I'm going to have beehives. And we're going to have some other resources. So we want to give ourselves room to work, but not too much room. Because if you have too big a territory, you're going to have trouble defending it. But I'll get into that later. Any Alexander the Great fans that are out there that watch this understand, well, the territory gets too big, you just can't go the way you want to go. Now, I'm still stuck working on beech until I can't touch the birch. It's too hard, which means that, well, essentially we don't have a strong enough axe. You'll get that axe later when you unlock metal. Which will happen after you beat the first boss and get into the Black Woods. And that's going to require a second base, actually, for smelting. That is a long way away, guys. We still don't have that much yet to do. I'm going to see if I can catch up to this deer. Sometimes they run out of stamina before you, and you can... No, he's getting away. That's okay. That's why I have a couple deer hides, is because one actually ran into me, and I was able to swing on him. But either way, it's all good. So guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go around and we're gonna hunt for boar. I do need to kill quite a few boars before I can get a bow. Once I get a bow, I can start hunting those deers a little more effectively. And with that, I need to get a couple deer heads, and that will allow me to start working on 1, better armor, and 2, prepping for the upcoming boss. So we're gonna do a little bit of that, but that's kind of where we're at for now, guys. So I'm going to take out this grayling, and we're going to explore for the couple of boars real quick. But you definitely want to make sure that you're going after them. Don't just ignore them. Once you get that club, definitely start working on collecting up those leather scraps. The more frequently you do, the better off you're going to be, the quicker you're going to get there, kind of deal. So always grab stones along the way, too. They're not many as you come along, unless you get lucky, but you still want to have them. There's not much you can do early game outside of building tools with them, but having a little bit more heading into the late game is always a good thing. Actually, you know what? It's getting on nighttime, so we're going to head back to the settlement. We're going to head back this way just to uncover a little bit more of the map. I just want to see kind of what I'm working with out here. Which, I mean, this is all is going to be meadows, so it's just forest land. Making sure I'm not missing... Oh, hey, look, we have a boar. Got him. the most epic of ways as well, jumping in, screaming. So that added some leather scraps, which was a single piece, which is not bad at all. I will take that. Typically, you'll see boars in packs, but I guess not. And it's another grayling. So we'll take him out, take the resin he's gonna drop, and we'll just run back to our base. Oh, hey, look, another boar. So take them down. Good chance to also work on the clubs as well. Oh, boar trophy. I don't need that for now, but it's not bad to get. So definitely you want to try to sprint and jump on occasion. It's going to help build your skills. Grinding your skills as well is a good thing because that gives you just a little bit more to work with. Notice my stamina bar is also way up there. My HP bar is way up there. We're looking good. Hugin here is telling me that I found this summoning place of one of the Forsaken. Make the correct offering at the altar and they will come. Be wary though, the Forsaken are not easy prey, so craft a wicked weapon, don your finest armor, and eat a hearty meal. And they're right, because look at the runestone. This will tell you what to do. It says hunt his kin. Now, if anybody knows, it's deer. So you want to get 2 deer heads, and that will allow you to summon Eichlin, I think is how you pronounce it. Or Eichlin or something like that. And that will allow that to be ready to go. So guys, one final thing I want to talk about before we rest is that rested buff that you guys see up in the top right corner of my screen. The reason that that is there is because of my inside the house stuff. So with the fact that I now have a bed and the fact that I have campfire means that I have hearth and home, meaning I can sleep. Now this rested buff also improves based on my comfort level. Now comfort level is exactly what you think it is. It's level of comforts that you've built for your house. Now this is varying things. This can be anything from your bed, from torches, to things like deer rugs. So if you were able to place a deer rug down, that could actually raise your comfort level. So it's pieces of furniture. So you actually have a reason in this game to build furniture outside of just being decorative, which is in my opinion, playing many survival games where you could build furniture and it never had purpose, this gives it purpose, and it's a really cool mechanic, and I like it. Actually, you go into this chest along with you and you. So it's a really good feat. I'm gonna also put mushrooms into this chest because I just don't need mushrooms right now. But yeah, so we have slept. It's another day. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna go harvest up a bunch of wood. We're gonna get started on the ramparts, and I'm gonna show you guys what's going on with those. And that will be all for the video. So I'll see you when I get back. All right, guys, welcome back. And we've actually gone ahead. I got a little carried away, so I went ahead and finished building the wall entirely. So I did build wood stake walls all the way around. I gave myself some extra room in the back for building, but if we need to, we can always expand this out later, and that's totally fine because thankfully there's no limitation. And I'm realizing now that with one of the trees I felled, it took out a corner piece that I had right here. So I'm going to get that added in with the snap. And that way that just solidifies the entire building, keeps the look and the aesthetic of what I was wanting going. It does clip into the ground a little bit, but honestly, that's perfectly fine. It actually has a really nice little bit. So apparently I could use another bite, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to run out. And I'm going to get a little more of my food, which I believe I left in this chest, and I'm going to eat a mushroom. So what I've also started working on, guys, is we've started building our ramparts, so that way I can be running around the walls. This, thankfully, is a little bit easier to do comparatively to other bits. From the main door, I just have a ladder that's going up, and I can just walk around as I need to. And that way, once I get my bow, pew pew fire, and all is well with the world. So it's a pretty cool system. I like it. I do have to fill in some of the ground here, but I've got to get more stone for that. And I'm not really worried about getting the stone just yet. We did tap into some of the wood that I built or set aside in the lean-to, and that's totally fine. But either way, guys, we're looking pretty good with the build so far. I'm not going to finish the ramparts just yet. I am going to go ahead and hunt some boar, but I wanted to did want to just show you guys this. The stake wall and the hammer, it's this guy right here. And then you can just connect them and address them as you need to. So if you even needed to do some sectioning off, you could realistically do that. For the doors, I used the gate at 2 different sides, and then I just built my way around. Now keep in mind, to build the stake walls, you do have to have a nearby workbench. So my range was relatively limited with it, but you can always set down another workbench, move it, and still be able to do what you need to do. All right, so we're going to do the quick sleep, because now we have a second door, so I don't have to worry about closing my front door. That's an even better advantage overall at the end of the day to all of that. You dream of a great tree reaching out through the night. One half of its branches crackle with flames, the other's green. See, that's the little dreams I was talking about. You get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't know if it plays into the lore just yet, but it's pretty cool to get to read that. All right, resin's going to go there. These guys go there. Stone will go there, and I'm going to put wood... I'm going to put my leftover wood there. Because we are going to go ahead and start working on... And I don't believe my comfort level has increased either. Nope, it still is a level 4, and that's fine. But next up, we got to go hunt boar. There's no way around it. I can't avoid it any longer. I have to go hunting boar. Necks are pretty cool. They give good food. But I need the boar for the leather scraps. So take out these guys. Get their meat. And then I've got to go on the hunt of my life. Now, one thing I could also build is the raft, but I have not actually seen a need for a raft yet. I've got most everything of what I need just right here, right around it. So I'm not really worried about going into the water, at least yet. That may change in the future, but we'll see. There's a pack of deer over there. If I had a bow, I could hunt them. That's why I need to go ahead and find boars. I've got to start taking out the deer. I need to, like, hunting deer is going to give me meat. It's going to give me deer pelts, which means I'm going to get better armor. And then I can start getting the heads, which means I can sacrifice them to get the next boss. Because quite frankly, guys, we're at that stage that we need to be doing it. And there's a pack of boar right there. That's perfect. So I'm going to take out one boar. I'm going to let my stamina regen. And that gave me a boar head trophy, which is even better. Take out this grayling. The boars go away. And that should leave me 3 leather scraps. That's beautiful. There's deer there. That's all cool. I'm going to grab raspberries. But yeah, so you can always listen for deer. They kind of make this honk almost. And that will tell you that they're nearby. But the big thing at this point, guys, we've got shelter. We could finish the ramparts, and that's really just more cosmetic and function for later. Thankfully, we have not suffered through any raids yet. So I do want to try to get the bow before we get raided, and we're definitely getting close to that. Think if you've ever played 7 Days to Die Horde Night, it's a similar function to that, but not near as many mobs. It's typically, in this case, it's a lot of creatures from the forest. Boars, graylings will come be a little more aggressive. They'll come to the house, and they'll try to tear down the walls and get to me and kill me. So definitely got to be prepared for that. I'm not too worried about it. I think my weaponry is fine in that term. The biggest thing is I just need to get enough leather scraps to make a bow, which I believe I already have enough to do so. I'm just getting some extra to try as an insurance policy, because having extra, well, it never really hurt to have extra, especially in a survival game. A resource like leather scraps or like deer pelts, if you can get extra, that's great. Get this grayling out of here. I'm not seeing any boar in the immediacy. But if I was gonna see boar, I would see them somewhere around here. Ooh, house. Actually, we're gonna go check that out, guys and girls, and that will probably be where we end up things as well. Yeah, small little house, which is great. Eat up a little bit more food because I'm starting to get hungry. All right, I'm not seeing any boar, but we do have this hut. Oh, and it's pretty much dilapidated and empty, so there's nothing I can loot out of it, and that's okay. That's totally fine. You're gonna find something like that. If you do get something that's got it, it's great. If you don't, well, I mean, it's randomly generated, so who knows? Grab some stones while I'm in the field. Notice I'm trying to sprint as often as I can, too. That will actually help my sprinting ability. It will help my stamina overall. It'll just help get that skill a little bit better, make things more efficient. So any chance that you can do that, it's always a good thing. All right, I see deer over there. I'm not, however, seeing boar, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to go on hunting trips. I mean, that's why they're called hunting trips. So the sign of the firs means that I'm approaching the Black Forest, and I don't want to go in there because that means I'm going to be facing stronger mobs. So I do want to avoid it. But knowing that that's right there actually is a useful thing. I'll have to come back there after we beat the boss. We do have a nice little settlement right here, so I'm going to actually go check into this. And typically, I'll actually find boar here. So hopefully that'll be the case this time around. It does not appear to be so, but there's raspberries, there's food. These little settlements are always good. Typically, you can hop in, get a couple of quick things. That's a beehive, so I want to actually take that down with an arrow and not get poisoned. See, nope, I'm in Black Forest now. So this is actually right on the line, and that's okay that this is here. Hugin, what do you want to talk about? You want in the Black Forest place can be very dangerous. Ep2 is who I want to talk to. Or who I want to kill. So Ep2 is who we are going to address. So it looks like the houses have nothing, and that's fine. We do have the one beehive over there, and I'll come back for that later, because I can get the queen and turn that into a beehive. And the more beehives I can make, well, that produces honey, which is another food. So I can kind of get an auto-renewable food into my inventory. See, look, my skill improved for run. Just by running around. So you definitely want to make sure you're always doing that. Get out of here, Grayling. But guys, we're going to go hunt boar. We're going to get our bow. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to start running back to the settlement, because I know I can go ahead and make the bow. I know I have at least 5 other leather scraps. I'd like to make more or have more leather if I could. But at this stage, I'm not going to be too picky. So we're going to run back. We're going to get ready to craft, and I'll see you guys there. All right, guys. So in running back, I actually found this little set of these 3 sets of boar. So we're going to go ahead and take care of them, and then that's definitely going to give me enough leather scraps to get the crude bow set up, which is great. So we need to get this. We need to get arrows. Now, thankfully, arrows just need, from my understanding, wood. So we can go from there. There's the boar. So hunting trip will be considered a success. Or get smashed by club. I have plenty of scraps now, easily. Which that's a really, really good thing. So, yeah, we're going to head back to the settlement now, guys. I will see you guys there. We're going to craft the bow, get the arrows, and double check our gear and make sure that final prep is ready to go. All right, guys, welcome back. And we did have enough to go ahead and craft the bow. I've also gone ahead and gone out and done a few things. So, eat that, bird. Give me feathers. Saving the feathers later for bigger, better things. But either way, guys, good stuff. Now the crude bow. I gotta warn you, it's not like your normal bow. It does have a lot of drop off. So if I charge to full and let go, it does have some good arc if you aim up, but if you're just aiming flat, it does have some pretty significant drops. So you do need to take that into account when you are hunting. But this opens up the door to be able to easily hunt deer, which you can do while you're sneaking around. See, skill improve sneak and deer. Now it's just like regular hunting. You have to have patience when it comes to hunting deer. So make sure that don't just try to rush into anything, sneak around. See, like there's a boar. It's alerted to me. It's now scared, but it's now gone. Another boar is there. Now I'm simply just using wood arrows. You can craft them in your craft bench. They need like a handful of wood. So just go tree chopping to take care of those. Now I hear another deer nearby. I see it over here. I think it's that deer I spooked earlier. But also keep in mind that sneaking will take your stamina. So you do need to just pay attention to that. That grayling actually really helped me out. Too bad it's going to go away. So I was able to take care of the deer. And it left me all kinds of things. Now, I have deer trophies. You need 2 of these trophies to be able to summon our boss. I already happen to have 1, so we're in a really good spot. Now I'm going to try to get this second deer here. And I got it at distance. That's actually a really clean shot, too. It's probably the best one I've made so far, so I'm actually really proud of that. Oh, hello. I wonder if... No, I won't be able to get to it. It's running around too much, too far. And too fast. Yeah. So, but that's how to use a bow, guys. That's how to hunt. Hunting is a really good thing for you. It doesn't improve like a hunt skill, but working it with your crouch and your sneak, you can definitely take care of business at distance, and that way you don't have to worry it. Now, this weapon is going to be very critical with the upcoming boss fight. You have to do a lot of kiting, so range damage is going to be your friend. So get, if you're not used to bow and arrow mechanics in any game, I would strongly suggest that you become familiar with bow and arrow mechanics. Especially with things here in Valheim. This is going to be a really tough shot. Oh, it's a boar. Oh, hey, there's an... I forgot there's an unarmed skill. Either way, that gives me those. Hunting also prevents you from taking damage from boar, which is a great thing if you're using it at distance. So just keep in mind you are using a crude bow. It's literally a piece of string wrapped around a piece of wood. So it's not the most accurate, it's not the most powerful, and the arrows are not going to do the most damage. But it gets you where you need to go, just like that beater car. So, but that's where we're going to stop things. I'm going to work on doing a little bit more hunting and gathering. And then we're going to come back next video with all the materials ready to craft our next set of armor, as well as we're going to take on the boss. So make sure you stay tuned to that. Guys, if you like what you see, make sure that you are subscribing. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that we know when new videos go live. Check me out as well on my Twitch channel, socials. They'll be included in the description of the video. And then also make sure that you leave a like. And if we can get 10 likes to this, that would be great. 10 likes, we will try to get some bonus content into the next video. So thank you guys very much, and I will see you next time.